I'm a trainer for Vinyl Pro, and today we're going to go over how to do a fabric repair. We're going to do one with the hole that's all the way through into the foam, and we're going to do a cut. We'll do the large repair first. First we're going to clean it. Always do the waterborne cleaner first. Again, XXX. Scrub it briskly. Again, if you get the fabric wet, the waterborne cleaner will get it wet if you use too much. You can take your hair dryer, next you want to use your solvent cleaner. I'm going to use the plastic and leather prep. It dries the fastest out of them. Okay. Now, before you start, look at the rim of the hole. If you have any burned or charred areas, you can snip them off with your scissors. Don't get carried away because you can make your hole much larger than what you need, okay? All right, so first thing we want to do is fix the foam. We're going to check to make sure that it's not glued down to the foam. Okay. Cut your foam. Do your test fit. Okay. It's got to be level or just a little bit higher than the surrounding foam surface. Pull it out. Get a hot glue gun. Again, you're going to put your glue at the very bottom. It's very important that you don't get any glue on the fabric because it's going to be hard to get off. Okay, take your foam, jam it in there. Okay, and that'll hold it until okay. Backing paper, always shiny side up. Make it 1/8 of an inch, at least 1/8 of an inch larger than your defect hole. Okay. And if you have trouble finding the center, put your dot on it so you can find it once you get it in. Remember, when you glue this in, the backing paper is the backbone of your repair. Okay. If you don't get this glued in properly, your repair is not going to hold up. You want to get a nice amount of glue in there to secure the area. First glue we're going to be using is the number 1 glue. We have 2 types. The number 1 is a paste. We have a pink, which is the same as the number 1 white. It's a little bit thicker because you're going to use that above your head like on a headliner, and it doesn't drip down in your face. Okay, we're not going to use the pink today. We're going to use the white. You're going to be using the Velour number 2. You're going to mix that 2 parts glue, 1 part water, and pick a spraying device. I'm going to use the pre-val to apply the liquid glue. So first we're going to start off with the paste. Once you get your backing paper in, you're going to put the adhesive on the back of the palette knife. So when you lift it up, you can actually get it in there. And you want to get glue all the way around. Don't get sloppy. Keep it down in the defect hole. Okay? If you can't do it one-handed, you can take your tweezers and hold it up and put your glue in that way. Okay. If you get any glue up on your fabric, wipe it off while it's wet. Don't let it dry because it's going to get hard and interfere with your repair when you're applying your flock. Okay. Get enough glue in there. Wipe off your blade. Now, you're going to use this again to form your base, so don't get rid of it yet. Now, what you want to do is you want to get this number 1 dry enough so it will hold the backing paper in. So when you drew that, you can use your hair dryer to accelerate it, not your heat gun. And while you're drying it, you're going to hold your palette knife this way so the hot air will get down to your backing paper. Okay, once you get that down, now you want to mix up your fibers, your flock, to match your fabric that you're working on. I've already done so, speed up the training process. So once you get it done, you want to mix it up in a plastic container. And this mixing cup works fine. You're going to put your fibers in there and get your color. Shake it up. When you shake this up, you create static electricity and your fibers are full of static. The number 1 culprit to a bad repair is having wet fabric and wet flock. And this is your color. You're going to put it in a puffer. You want to make sure it comes out and make sure it's clean. So your first step now while you're mixing your color, you're allowing your glue to dry further on your repair. So next you want to take your number 1 again. You're going to apply the number 1 as a base coat to start your repair. Doesn't matter how sloppy it is, as long as you don't go over the edge. And you want to get your glue to go all the way to the edge of the defect hole. Just don't go over. Okay. Once you get that, you want to make sure it's on the whole base. Okay. Now you're finished with your number 1. The next coats, you're going to be applying your number 2 adhesive, which is a liquid. And you're going to mix it 2 to 1, 2 parts glue, 1 part water, and that's just to make it thin enough to spray through your whatever you're spraying with. Okay, now you're going to apply your flock. Squeeze it slow, don't squeeze it fast. You want to get enough to cover the base. Don't try to put too much on it, because when you go to dry it, you're just going to blow it all away. Okay, get your hair dryer, hold it up high. But either your number 1 or your number 2 glue dries, it dries clear. So it's going to be kind of white right now, but by the time you finish your repair, it's going to be all clear. Okay, and then tomorrow, it'll probably take another 12 hours to fully cure, but it'll be dry enough for you to, move around on. Okay. When you apply your number 2, your liquid glue, you need to make some kind of template, because you're going to be spraying this, and you don't want to get your glue outside of your repair area. So get it. You can use a piece of thin plastic. I'm just using a divider, piece of cardboard, as long as it's flexible. And you can also take tape, and if your holes aren't perfect, you can lay it on there and take your tape and make it the exact same size as your defect hole. Okay. So now you're going to apply your number 2. Make sure you do a test spray. Make sure you have it lined up right. Don't put too much. Get your flock. And now, when you pat this time, you're going to pat. While you're patting, this glue and the fibers are going to mix together and adhere to the base coat that you put on. And you're going to apply number 2, flock, number 2, flock, number 2, flock, until it's level with the original fabric. And your color's going to match as you're coming up. And if you don't think your color matches, you can change your color as you build your coats. You're going to pat this while you're drying it to keep it level, okay? And when you pat, this prop that I'm using simulates a bolster. So make sure you follow the contour of it when you're patting. You don't want to pat it this way because you'll flatten it out. So what you want to do, you're trying to hide your repair, so you want to make sure it follows the contour of whatever you're working on. So now it's almost there. I'm going to need some more. Now when you put your next coats on, you're going to put them on and you're going to apply your flock or your fibers. Don't place it where you don't need it. You're going to place this in low spots. Okay. Apply your glue. Okay. Apply your glue. Okay. Make it flat. Only put it where you need it. Okay. Get your hair dryer. As you get to the end, you need to look at your repair and make sure you don't have any low spots or high spots. While the glue is semi-wet, you want to push those things down or make sure you get more fibers in those areas. Now, this particular piece of fabric has lines in it. They're actually little dimples. So you want to start putting those lines in before it dries. Try to simulate the lines that are in there, okay? It's a little cross pattern. You go this way, this way, this way. Sometimes you'll have different colors in the fabric. You can purchase pins from Vinyl Pro that actually put color in the fabric. So what you want to do is when you mix up your flock, you want to mix up your lightest flock that you have in your repair and then apply darker colors as you go on. So this is almost done. Make sure you get your high spots down. Okay, this is probably ready for a blend coat. You want to make sure it's level. And small. And I'm going to do my blend coat. Now when you do your blend coat, you're going to back your glue up and you're going to spray it in a circular pattern. And then you're going to take your fibers and hold it, come back, and you're going to lay your fibers on your repair where your new fibers blend into the original color around your defect area. Okay? So now I'm going to make a nice, let's see what it looks like from your end. Okay. Spray. Now you're going to back this up. You're going to apply fibers all the way around. This is your blend coat, so you're going to blend it in. Don't put too much. It's going to look too fuzzy and fall off. Okay? Now, check it out. It's pretty good. Dry it. You notice that both glues are white. If you can see this, you'll see it turn clear as I dry this. Okay, when you do a fabric repair, usually it looks the best from one direction, and usually it's the direction that you did your repair. So I'm gonna flip it around so you can see it. Okay, I think that's about in the middle. All right, So that's repairs done. Now, when you finish, you can spray a coating on. You can use Velour Shield, or it's another one that's waterborne. It's a smoother, and what it does is when you finish your repairs, you spray it on your fibers to keep things from sticking to it. Like if you sit on this, the fibers won't stick to your pants, and it protects it, and it gives it a little bit of durability. But you got to remember, this is a fabric repair. It doesn't last like a vinyl, leather, or plastic repair. But it is a repair. Okay. So when I finish, I'm gonna do my cut first, next, and then I'm gonna spray the whole thing with the Velour Shield. And the Velour Shield smells good too. Okay, so let's work on the next one, which is a cut. Again, you're going to make some backing paper to put in there. There's no foam damage, so we don't have to do any foam repair. Okay, and don't forget the backing paper.
Maybe turn it sideways. Yeah.
Your backing paper is the key to your repair on fabric. So you're going to cut your backing paper at least 1/8 of an inch larger than your repair. Okay, size it up. It's it's wider, 1/8 of an inch on this side, 1/8 of an inch on that side, 1/8 inch longer on both ends. No corners. Okay. You've already cleaned it, so remember your shiny side goes up. And again, if you have trouble finding the center, put a little dot so you can line it up. Okay. Okay. Make sure it's laying down flat. Okay. Now, you're not going to need much fiber on the long cut. Okay. And if you want, we'll see how it works. Okay. Now, you want to start off with your number 1 again. Okay. That's your base coat. It also glues your backing paper in. Make sure you get plenty of it in there. Don't get sloppy with it. Keep it inside your defect area. Don't forget, what you're doing right now is the key to your repair. If you don't get it glued in, it's not going to hold up. Your flock that you put in there is just cosmetic. It makes it look pretty. Okay, get it in there flat. Get your fiber down. Okay. Get any on there, make sure you get it off while it's wet. Okay. Now, you're going to build up your base. Now, when you have a cut, you don't have much area to cover, so you want to keep it down inside. You may not even need to make a template. Okay. Get your puffer. Puff in some fiber. And if it was really skinny, the cut was really small, you could actually take your tweezers and drop fibers in there. And now make sure that your fibers are in the repair and not on the outside. Okay? Hair dryer. We have to do a little template on this one. Basically, you cut. Okay. Lay it in there. If you do a good job of mixing your fibers, it's going to be hard to find the defect. Okay. Spray in some glue. In there. You don't want to go crazy, you want to keep minimal amounts. You're going to turn a small repair into a huge repair. Okay. Got any high spots? Take your palette knife and fix it while it's still glue's still damp, still wet. When this glue dries, it dries pretty stiff. Now, you'll do your blend coat. Again. Okay. You're going to blend your repair into the original surface. So back up and let it fall on the repair. Again, you're just blending it. You're not trying to make a sand dune. Okay. Looks good. Any high spots? If you want, you don't have much area to cover, so you can chop in some lines. Okay. Try it. This repair will continue to dry for another 12 hours and it'll be fully cured. I see what you guys were seeing. It's a repair. Okay. That's your vinyl, your velour or fabric repairer. Now I'm going to take the velour shield, spray on to protect it, and that's it. And that's your fabric repair or velour repair.